All right, I'm playing some Asia Pacific. I'm playing against Richard. We've been texting each other on Messenger. I asked him if he wanted to come on and talk while we were playing, but he declined. So there we go. Thanks for playing, though, Richard. I texted Dunner. It's really late at his house, and he's all hot and bothered because the Maple Leafs. I think it's the Maple Leafs that he roots for. I think they're 1-1. I looked it up. They're like 1-1 against Tampa. But Tampa like won their division. I looked at their stats. I actually thought his team was lower down in the stats, but they finished the year strong. Pretty much exactly the same. So I guess it is a close series. I thought it was the low seed against the high seed. You got to try and get up to that platform in that shadow. That's key. We're using Marlin balls. Here we go. Marlin. It's my secondary cloud. There we go. It's 2.0 per ring. So there's about 8. A little bit of curl to bring it back to the center. And then I hit it great to the right, which put it right back to the outside. So it'll run really close right here. I had to try and get up to those shadows. I was afraid to run the topspin anymore because you can hit a spot up there where it'll get that slight glitch, and it can fly over the top of that hill. I might, with a Cataclysm, be able to bridge the gap. I'm not sure how much topspin it has. It seems like it has a lot, but I'm not sure if I can bridge the gap. And with a Marlin ball from where they're at, I'm definitely not going to be able to make it all the way over, even with a Cataclysm. Maybe. Doubtful. Yeah, I can't even make it over with a Cataclysm. But I might. I'm not sure how much topspin it has. I think it's one of those hills that if you hit it, the farther back you go, you're hitting it higher up on the hill, so it'll go farther on the other side, but it's not going to go any farther on the other side. So we'll take the same shot that Richard's taken. I need to turn my grid on. What were you thinking? Damn, Ricky. I need to put my perfect glasses on too, so I can actually see what I'm hitting. And they're so much clearer too. All right, we're going to be in short iron range. Let's see if Richard finds his distance. Looks like it might be around mid. I like to take these shots, taking them from the fringe or one backspin, depending on how you have to come at the hole. If you're already on the green, I always like to use just one backspin. And what it does is it makes the ball whoa up, and then the ball releases and it'll roll forward. Try taking your short iron, and when you're setting shots up, just put on one backspin and then set the shot up wherever it needs to be with the one backspin, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll also, if you watch your tail will make, when you're at the very last little point right there, it'll make a little teeny jog, a bobble. There's max. So I'm eking at max, so it's 1.1 per ring. 3 rings is 3, 3. There's 3, 3. A little. I hit 1 ring great to the left. I've been hitting it to the right, so at least I hit it to the left. And if I would have liked to have hit a 2 ring great to the left. That was definitely not pulled enough. I should turn my trusty dusty calculator on. I have it right here by me. I have some numbers too. I have no idea what they're for. In the hole. I've had this set of club numbers forever. I got a few little scribble notes on there from some clubs that are finally getting up where they're starting to make the list. All right. This hole has been redesigned. And I'm not sure that I have a specific way that I'm going to go at it other than just to go straight at it. With a low-level ball like this, my mid-grizzly, so if I play by the numbers from Golf Clash Notebook, and even though I've had my grizzly for a couple years now, it really, I played it by like the numbers that you would calculate based off of its accuracy, and it hasn't really played as good as I'd like it to. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. All right, let's see if we can beat that. I got a Cataclysm. Let's get over into grizzly range. There's Max. There's Min. I'm going to try it at Min Grizzly. And that should be 1.4 per ring. So it's 0.8 divided by 1.4 is half a ring. And I'm way in the hell downhill. Times 3/4 of a ring. And I hit it 1 ring great to the left. One ring great to the left. Look at that. The deal there is that if you've watched my videos for a long time, my whole thing about doing shootouts is when you first start, especially if you're moving up tours or if you're not familiar with the holes, is the whole goal is to get your distance right. Because if you always stop at the closest that you ever came to the cup, you're going to win almost not every shootout that you're in, but you're going to win a lot of shootouts. Because right there, if I would have stopped at the closest point that I came to the cup, I would have been closer. And they were close. My opponent was super close. So it's super important to get your speed right. And my tail was either going to be short or long. It didn't want to do anything in between. Let's bring it out. Now I'm going to bring out the big topper just because I have that Cataclysm. I don't think I have... I do have an APOC and a Cataclysm. Let's pull that bad boy out. I might have given myself enough room for a 2-ring grate to the right, but I think this second bounce right here is going to get caught up and out. Excellent. That is way short of where I wanted to be, but there's some shadows right there that are about 1,000,000 miles in front of me. And that's where you really want to be. If you think about an extra mile, so if you hit a 1-ring grate to the right, the first bounce really, especially on a fairway like this, the first bounce is hardly, I mean, it really can't be affected by a 1-ring grate to the left or the right, or you did not set it up right. But if you hit that 1-ring grate to the left or the right, where it's out on the second bounce and where it's out on the third bounce, now it's 3 rings out. And it's way the hell out. You're able to make that. It's 1.8 per ring, so it's a little over a ring. There's 1.8. I'm going to pull it back to the red line. I guess a ring and a half. I'm going to lean just a little. A little bit of overpower, but not enough to make the needle go any faster. And it still didn't help me. That was like 2 rings grate to the left. I guess what I need is coffee. Or Richard's just kicking my ass. That's the deal. Because I can see right now I don't want to be in shootouts with Richard. He might kick my ass if we're in shootouts all the time. And he's going to get on and too, so he's going to put an exclamation point to it. Like, not only are you screwed, dude, because you're in the rough, but you're totally screwed. And that 2-ring grate to the right is probably not going to hurt him at all. Excellent. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Okay, there's max. There's mid. So I'm right at mid club. Which is 4 per ring. So it's a 1/4 of a ring. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Woo! In the hole. That's what I'm talking about. That works. Had to catch up. Damn. I probably would have been better off doing a max overpower shot than that shot that I tried with the Cataclysm. I was just trying to eke it up there pretty much to get to about the spot that my opponent's at. Yes, man. We'll see how tomorrow goes. It's supposed to be spotty tomorrow, but maybe I can hook up with Dunner and we can play in the 9-hole cup, all brand new holes. That's why we're playing here, because there may be some of those holes here. I'm not sure if the new tees are here, but we'll at least see some of the holes. I can barely remember what holes they are. I don't even think I remember. I do remember what holes they are. That was close. All right, yes. Let's see what happens. think after this one, I'm going to change bags. We had some bags set up for the last tournament because there was a hole in the last tournament that you needed a cataclysm on. You needed to bring a big, whatever your biggest hitting wood was, is what you needed to bring. Okay, 3-7. I'm going to move it 4. Just 2 rings, 2.1 per ring, and then I'm going to move it forward to the red line. And then I'm going to do it all, hitting it perfect. And too much curl on it. That Apocalypse, I'm so used to an extra mile. That Apocalypse has got a mile of curl. So the deal there is I would have had to have a power 2 ball at least to get me onto this platform. And then I could have used the curl from an APOC, but from back here with a lower ball, an extra mile is more than enough. An extra mile max curl, that shot would have been right down through the fairway. And you can see how much more I was on how far on the inside I was. That's awesome. I haven't had a chance to play with that Apocalypse in a lot of these lower courses. When I first started playing, you get lower level clubs, you just rough bump it onto this pad. That was about the best you could do. There's max, there's mid. I'm about that 3/4 range. And I found that 3/4 play is about the same as max. So it's 2 per ring. I'm going to do a 3 mile per hour pull, which is a ring and a half. Oh, I was totally anticipating. I wanted to switch my cadence from the left to the right, to the right, from the right to the left, and totally anticipated that. Totally. That was 70,000 rings straight to the right. And 2 out of the 2 players that I've talked to about that have agreed that if you're 2 rings straight to the right, it might as well be 70,000 because it ain't good. Let's see if my opponent can get in from there. I've been on that slab up there, and when I first started playing, I played that shot a lot with a Horizon, and I'm not sure if I made my very first Albie here. It had to be, if it wasn't my first, it was really close to the first, and I made it with a Horizon. Because at that time, a Horizon had distance. When you first start playing, if you've got lower developed clubs, distance is super important with your driver and your wood. I'm going to play with the Saturn for a long time. Saturn's a great club, but all the common clubs are great clubs. If you ever just go out with a set of commons, they're great utility clubs. Can't say much about the driver, but like all the rest of the clubs are great utility clubs. The driver's not going to help you out. It's not. Quarterback. The quarterback is the one you'd have to use. I go first. I could swear that there is a wind adjustment here. I am right on the verge. I could have swore there was like a 10% wind adjustment here. I know from the other rough bump that's here, there is a wind adjustment. I'm at max club, it's 0.9 per ring, so 0.8. 4.2 rings. Shit. I don't know if I have enough room on the red line. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got my power perfect. Whew, just barely clipped the rough right there. Close. Close. And I'm not meaning close to the cup. I'm meaning that was close to the sand. Now this is one of those holes where you get on it there's a long period of time that, like, I played with my Guardian for a long time, and I only pulled snipers out during tournaments. But like when I played one-on-one, I played almost exclusively with a Guardian. And there's a lot of shots like that where you can just come up and backspin it, especially if your opponent tanks it like I did, where they're 40 feet away. You can go out there and backspin it and stick it right by the cup. There's a lot of different ways that you can go at this hole. There's another rough bump that I can't say that I've made it a lot doing it, but you always get really close to the cup. And it's hitting on that rough between. I'm not a fan of hitting off of that pad because it's so much at an angle that if you hit a little bit to the left or the right, your ball's going to go in an odd direction. That's what happened there. You hit a little low on that hill, a little bit lower, so that the shot that he set up there hit a little bit lower than what he was anticipating, and it threw the ball way to the right. Let me switch some stuff up here. Let me switch my APOC bag. I'm going to switch that up and let's put in a Guardian. In this bag here, I'm going to do Apocalypse with a sniper. And a Grizzly. And I'm going to start using that Goliath. And I'm gonna use that as my number one bag. I'm just going to use that bag. I want to start hitting with the Goliath to try and get used to it, because there's a lot of these tournament holes that were in between red lines and sometimes in the sand. Sometimes it works out better if you got a club that plays with higher rings, and sometimes it doesn't work out as good. 2 or 3. Let's see if we can get that going. Challenge accepted. Mine didn't even open up any chests. I just went in there and changed clubs. I remember going in with our team president, Mike D, and he needed a little help with coinage. I'm going to bring that Cataclysm. See if we can hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get to those shadows. Perfect. This is my utility bag, and there are a ton of holes in this game that a big topper, and even it doesn't matter what levels, like as far as utility goes, if you're in a clan that has more than one bag and you've got 3 bags or more, having a utility bag, there's a lot of holes that the big topper, you just need distance on the drive. You're going straight forward. But having your big dog or Cataclysm, whichever you have as your secondary club, your wood in that bag. Now let's see if we can not screw this shot up twice in a row. You can see what the deal is down there. Okay, 1.9. Should be 1 ring. It's 1.8 per ring. I'm going to put the power back in it. And I hit it 2 rings great to the right or left again. Again! And I'm going to be in the same spot again. Let's see if we can make it again. Anything, 2 rings great to the right puts me in the sand, and 2 rings great to the left puts me in the rough, and anything in between puts me in between. And you'd think that I would be able to hit at least a 1 ring great. Well, the only consolation is that my opponent has the same shot. So here we're going for the same deal. Okay, let's see where we're at. There's max. There's mid. There's quarter. So I'm in the 16 per ring range. I'm going to put 1 backspin on it, or a little bit of backspin. I'm going to go right on the outside edge of the cup. And I hit 2 rings great to the right. Arrgh! All right, I made it once. I didn't make it that time. We'll see how it goes. Get in the hole. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for a get in the hole. Do I have get in the hole here? Get in the hole. There we go. The hits are perfect. It's going in the hole. For sure. Get in the hole. It could still go in the hole. Because that hill is breaking to the right, so there's still a chance on a great to the left that it might be the right one. But anything to the right is definitely not going to make it. Well, you can say that, except for my buddy Scooby. His whole philosophy is that he eyeballs all adjustments. That way he can hit a great to the right, and it could still go in. That way there's always excitement. It's a draw. Street sweeper. Seems like we were doing like a plus 15% on this. And Denner and I, the last time we played this in a tournament, we were dicking around with it the whole tournament. We were trying to bring it back down the hill. And I don't think I made a single hole-in-one doing that. And the last, on the back side of the weekend round, I was like, screw it. I'm just going right at it, because I haven't had any luck at all trying to like bring it down that hill. it's too many variables when you're trying to bring it down the hill and get everything in. I don't think there's a really good trough there. And so I just shot it the regular way and bam, got a hole in one. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut. It's always funny when it leaves the tee box. It always looks like it's a mile, like you're going to be way. Look at how the cup is, where it's on a hill. There's a little teeny flat area behind you. That's what I'm saying. If you're trying to bring it down the hill, it curves. Cataclysm's all the way over there. I'm at minimum cataclysm. So what is my cataclysm? Minimum club's 2.2 per ring. So it's 3.4 times 1.5 equals divided by 2.2. It's 2.31 rings. Here's 2, 3, 1. Closer to 4. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get even close. I used the hill, but I was trying to go straight at it. So I over pulled it there. I did a 15% pull and I over pulled it. So we'll see how long Richard wants to play. How long have we been shooting video for? 32 minutes. We'll see if we can eke out 28 more. It's got to be at least a good 3 holes. Maybe 4 if I'd quit talking so much. Here we go. All right. I like this hole. I don't want to take that second shot with a cataclysm. Well, maybe. I think going behind the trees, I know like if you're playing from the upper divisions, like there's a spot over here that you can get to playing, but you're back, you're not only back further, but you're over to the right. And so there's the view from the trees is different. My opponent's got a good angle to the cup. Let's see, what do I have in this bag? Here's that second bounce. There's where it intersects with that rough. So let's pull ourselves out. That's on my half the orange ring. So I mean, let's pull ourselves out there a little. Let's do 1, 2. It's 1.5 per ring. So I'm just going to do a ring, or a little less than a ring. Hit it 1 ring great to the right. Trying to set myself up. There's a rough bump that you can do up here, and I'm not sure with a marlin ball like where you're at, and that rough bump right there, but he's got an absolutely good angle. If you hit out to where I'm at and you want to use that island, you really got to be able to, you got to bring the ball back around. You're going to be facing off in this direction, and you're really going to have to swing it back around with curl. The only spot I don't like on that is on that second bounce. That's a little bit more of a hill than it looks like from even right here. And you can get one of those stutter if you over pull it, especially on this with this wind. Nice. Nice. Nice shot. I'm pretty sure if we can get to the right spot. Goliath. Ooh, I'm at max Goliath. Max Goliath is 1.9 per ring. Where I'd really like to be is here, but I don't think I have enough side spin. Give me more room for maneuverability with the wind. 2.8, it's 1.2.5. 1.44 rings. Uh-oh. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if I made a good wind adjustment. Boom, in the sand. Over pulled it. Slightly. That's good to know. Good to know. Let's see if we can recover, force a shootout. Maybe. I didn't hedge. I hedged. If I would have hedged it anymore, perfect would have missed on the outside on the other side of the cup. I was trying to stay inside the cup and get my speed right so that it would roll and fall in. Good match. Good match. I was saying earlier in the video, I was playing my teammate Mike D, and he's like, hey man, can you help me out with some coins? And I was like, here's the deal. The shot from distance that we're taking with our short iron or long iron or whatever, I'm going to go for it. And if I don't miss it, I'll force a shootout so that we can practice the shootouts. And then the shootouts, I'll do dunks. And I freaking can't believe I broke him. All right, the wind's going to blow me forward about a ring. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get on. Just missed it. Extra mile. Tons of topspin. Let's see if, hit it perfect. 2 rings great to the right. That won't be bad right here, but I think this next bounce series, excellent. Nice shot. Nice shot. That'll work. That dog will hunt. Yes, sir. Line her up. And put her in the hole. Those shots are so close that you can at least in this game. I remember the first time seeing somebody do that and was wondering, what in the hell are you doing? And then actually watching the shot and going, wow, that was pretty awesome. If you've got lower developed clubs, Firefly is your friend. You should play with a Firefly. I really only I played a little bit with an Endbringer when I first got it, but I only played with it until I got a Rapier, and I got cards for my Rapier really quick. I got it up to a usable level, like really quick. All right, shootout time. All right, right here from the last time, I almost overpulled it. Barely hit the sand. So I'm just going to do a straight up adjustment. So it should be 3.7 divided by 1.9. 1.94 rings. There's 1.94. Hitting it perfect. See if I got the adjustment right that time. Much better. Much mo better. Closer towards the center. Based off the wind, the way the wind's blowing right there, I'll have to go back when I watch this video and see if I overpulled that or underpulled it. I think I overpulled it. I just did a straight up adjustment. Theoretically, it's uphill, so you should have to take a little wind off. But the other spot down here, right in this area right here, where I'd hit for the emojis, that rough area right there, you can bring it around to the cup, especially if you have a club that's got good ball guide. You can bring it right to the cup. But that spot, I could swear I've done. That was close. That was very nice. Very nice. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Here we go. Getting back out on the course. If you're going, I have an account, my 66 account, and I have never played anything higher than Tour 4. And I've been was like when I was playing it on a regular basis, I was really working on my T4 and below clubs. Especially trying to max out the commons because you're only getting commons down there instead of being at a higher tour. Just like if you don't want to run your account up to the top. This is another one of those cataclysm shots, but I need to. Last time I was on this hole, I wasn't up into the shadows. I used my big topper, and I don't think I put all of the topspin on it. And that's perfect. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. That dog will hunt. Four 2. 2.0 per ring. A little over 2. I'm going to lean a little to the left. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about distance. It's all about whether or not that extra topspin that I put on there and I clip the rough. Just with the rough. Now I'm definitely going to have to lay it up. Definitely. Kmart sucks. I'm not even in the picture down there, so I definitely got to lay it up. Without headwind or without tailwind, he can definitely get over from right there. That's awesome. I think even if he hits it bad, it's going to go over and be in the right spot. I think the 2-ring grate to the right was actually probably the way to go. Excellent. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Now I brought the right club and I've tanked the drive both times. I was too short the first time. And the second time, let's just stick it right up here at the top. So we don't have to, we can at least give ourselves a good shot. Isn't it perfect? This is not a hole that you want to have to hit from distance. I think the last time I was here, I hit it great. I think I hit it great and I still ended up on the wrong side of the cup. Let's see. Let's see where we're at. Okay, there's max. And there's min. So I'm at mid club. It's 1.6 per ring. Uh, 2.7 divided by it's 2 rings. I suppose I could do math faster. Hitting it perfect. Ooh, didn't pull it enough. I did a 20% pull on that. I just felt like I wasn't going to do enough. Nice. Good game. Good game, my man. That's like 2 in a row. What the hell's the deal? You're supposed to just let me win them all. All right, let's end with a splash here. How much time we got left on this video? We got 10 minutes, 11 minutes. We might be able to get 2 holes in. Now, the last time we were here, I figured out a shot on this with a Quasar. I'm not sure you can take it with a Marlin. It's too late at night for that. Perfect. El Perfecto. I used to take, I'll do the shot that I usually do when I'm playing one-on-one here. And I'm going to take the second shot with a sniper. This is where I kind of missed the ball guide of an extra mile. I really don't like how close that second bounce is to the rough. 1-4. There's 1-5, and I'm going to do a little bit of an overpull. Hitting it perfect. I tried usually in one-on-one, especially if you got an extra mount because that has a little bit better ball guide, I just try and land right there. It's no fuss, no muss. And you can get on with a sniper. And a lot of people will epic fail on this hole. Spitfire will save you though. Now the tournament tactic would be is to go for it, because you've got to go for it. You got to at least give yourself a look. But the one-on-one is to give yourself absolutely as much room as you possibly can there. Hitting it great. That was close. Nice. Nice shot. That was close, though. Go back and rewind that. That was close. Yeah, I have several different ways I can go out of here, but I'm right at max club. I'm going for the rough bump. Now, I can't remember what our adjustment was that we were doing here, but this rough bump was, I actually got an Albie on this hole. I'm just going to do a normal adjustment because I don't know what it is. There's 1, 2. And if I was going to hit it great, that side's better, but damn. And it waggles in that rough right there, so if you hit it great to the left or the right, you could end up like that. Where you're not, where it looks like it's a long ways off, but it's just because of how it comes out of the rough. That shot's definitely better too with a bigger side spin ball. There's a lot of these rough bumps that, like one of the holes earlier in the video, if I'd had a bigger side spin ball, I could have put myself in a spot where I would not have been in danger. The sand wouldn't have been in play. Trying to find those spots. Dunner and I were talking on the last video about shooting a video about balls. Because I'm convinced that we could find like one of each ball, 1 0 power, 1 power, 2 power, 3 power, 4 power, 5 power, one of each one, and then in some categories possibly 2. And like when those balls come out, those are the ones that you want because they fit 99% of the need. I always do a 30% on this, but I got this damn Goliath. Jeez. There's Min. There's Min. There's Max. So I'm at mid club doing the rough bump. I'm way in the hell downhill. So 1.3 divided by, I'm at mid club. It's 0.6 rings. 0.6. Hitting it perfect. Well, let's see if we can hit the rough. Ooh, just barely hit the rough. Almost over pulled in. And with a Grizzly and one-on-one, I haven't played this hole in a long time. I usually do you're way in the hell downhill. So just like a stock, like 30% going there if you're doing a shootout so you can get close. And I did a 30% right there. And if you go back and rewind the video on where I clipped, I was aimed right towards right dead center middle of the rough. And I actually clipped, almost over pulled it. That was close. Close. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. We got time for one more? We do. We got time for one more. One more. I'll text him and go one more. I'll text him right now. I told him this would be the rubber match. And it couldn't be on a better hole. Now you got to try and get over. I mean, you got to. 1.2. It's 1.5 per ring. So there's a ring, and then I'll push it forward. Take advantage of the wind, I think. Oh, I'm in big trouble. I can't believe I made the fairway right there. I'm going to be in big trouble, right? Wow, I can't believe. I tried to give myself room on the right, but I didn't think I gave myself that much room on the right. I figured it'd run long if nothing else. Because when you hit it to the right, you run out of distance really quick, especially when you come off on this trajectory. So I was really surprised that that was as close as it was. This green right here used to be so much fun. I mean, it was super, super eagleable, but they have changed the cup here, and this hole is, if you miss the putt, it's tricky. There's max club. So I'm at about mid club. Goliath is 2-3 per ring, which is coincidentally one ring. See if we can get our wind angle right. One ring. See if we can hit it perfect. Nope. I tried to switch. I'm still trying to switch from the right to the left. And here's the bad part about this hole is when you hit it, you can see how I roll off down that hill because it's like the green earlier, that par 3, the island par 3. The cup is on a freaking mound. And if you roll off that mound, the putt, even though you're close, the putt can be one of those ones that goes up the hill sideways where you got to pull it way off to the right in order to get it to go around to the cup. And these are the type of putts. I am not the best putter in the game. And these are the type of putts that I do not like. And it's hard to end up on the left-hand side of the cup. And I'm not so sure that, it's like the grass is always greener. Like, oh, if you could end up on the left, then it's not that bad. I'm not sure because I hardly ever end up on the left. It always tails off just like it did. It either goes in the cup, you're right in front of the cup, or it's off to the right for me. Isn't it perfect? Oh, perfect. You can see how it is. You can see that little mound right there. Let's see if I can go straight or if it requires me to curve it around and dick around with it. I like to see my tail come out the back. One of the holes that we're playing, that par 5 that I've tanked the drive both times and haven't gotten into my cataclysm range, that particular par 5 taught me a lesson about watching your tail. You want to make sure you see your tail come out the other side of the cup when you're putting. Because I missed like a 2-inch putt. It wasn't even 2 inches. It was like a centimeter for all of you that live in Europe. Which is the rest of the world. Like the rest of the world uses metric, except for America. into hole. We were already tooled up, and we had used a bad standard, so the metric system's been around for a long time, so I don't know why we didn't switch a long time ago. Here we go. I'll go first. Saber, Goliath. Once again, I'm in mid Goliath. I'm going to be in minimum Goliath. Not exactly sure how much to move it. I got to get used to the Goliath numbers. I got to get them in my brain. So it's 1923 2.9. And once again, if I would have stopped at my closest distance to the cup, I'd have been half a square off. And it would have been like 1 as opposed to 7,500 or 3.77. Come on, Richard, get in a hole. Let's see a hole in one. Let's end the video with a hole in one. That'd be perfect. It's all resting on your shoulders. You came that close. That was the great. I think a perfect. That would have been super close. Super. Good. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good game. Good game, bro. All right. That was some Asia Pacific. Let's see where those holes are at. I haven't even looked at the new 9-hole cup. It doesn't start till tomorrow, and I haven't. The Wild West. The Wild West tournament. That's a full tournament. Let's see what the 9-hole cup is. Wow. I'm way behind. Or is that the deal? We played a 9-hole cup. Now we're coming up to the Wild West. That means we could qualify today. Damn, I might have to actually shoot another, the Origami 9-hole cup. There we go. I knew there was I could have swore there was a 9-hole cup. The Origami 9-hole cup. Where's it at? Sakura Hills. Excellent. Well, I don't think I saw any new pin placement out there right now. So if they're playing out on the course, they're not playing any new ones. All right, that was just some tour 3, having fun with the teammate, and I will catch you on the next one. I'll probably be able to shoot tomorrow, depending on the weather, and so we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching.